Here we are, hitting up events, drinking our way through Chicago beer, and trying not to miss a thing.
Yeah, because, the cork popped out, boom, it flies like fucking 10 feet. We're like, yeah, let's do it.
All you have to do is add some fruit, stir it up, and ride that milk-shaped wave.
Whenever I see him, I gotta take a photo with the most decorated brewer in Chicago, Jonathan Cutler.
It'll be like the stuff you hear. You ever go to, every time you go to Floyd's, all the music sounds like this. Raw, raw, raw.
Sometimes you want a small beer, but really, you want a big beer.
You gotta take in all those big aromatic hops.
Hey, what are you doing this weekend? Waiting in line for a bottle release?
You should have never been a fad. The black IPA is delicious.
Hey, and welcome to Chicago Beer Pass. I'm Brad Chmielewski,
Brad, what's up, man? I'm Nik White.
and we're ready for a back-to-back episode.
Yeah, man. This episode's a pregame for our very special guest from around the bend after this.
All right, so we got his cup here. If he happens to show up while we're recording, we'll just pour him a beer.
If he shows up cupless,
Yeah,
have a seat, sir. Your cup awaits.
I would hope you wouldn't just roll around with your own cup unless you're Chet Brett.
Yeah, I would totally do that. Roll around in a 64-ounce styrofoam.
Right.
From Quick and Go. With who knows what in it.
But we are drinking an incredibly tasty hazy IPA from Solemn Oath.
The king of the gold can. I noticed they do a lot of gold cans, man. I love the label. I'm really digging the beer. Twas yesterday night hazy IPA.
With Citra, Eldorado, and Mosaic.
Yeah, man.
6.5%, so not pretty standard.
Yeah.
I had this beer at Still Life. I'll talk about Still Life in a minute, but I had this, and it hit me. I was like, this beer is great. So I had to get it in the can to see if it was as good. I don't know if it's as good as it was on draft, but it is up there as like a top beer for 2022, I think.
It's making me happy. I don't know if it's the Eldorado or not, but I get a little hint of like something smoky.
Yeah.
But not in a bad way. Just kind of in a complimentary way that I kind of like.
And there's like a bite to it.
Yeah.
Was the other beer that I said is the best beer of the year, and I'm already forgetting what it was.
It was from Old Irving.
Old Irving, no, the Banshee. Did that have Eldorado hop? Am I like all in on Eldorado hop?
I think that's what it is, man. You're looking for something so smoky, and if I can take that back, I think just a savory note, right? I don't know if it's necessarily smoky, but I'm kind of leaning towards like maybe like a rosemary or something, but definitely not like all juice. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like it leans herbal is what I'm trying to say.
Right. It gives a little more IPA-ness to it. That like heat, the bitterness, the bite just has more to it than just the Citra and Mosaic that were most of them.
Yeah, I was hoping for double dry hopped IPA is Banshee. I was hoping to read the hops, but I can't see them.
It doesn't say. Okay.
Oh, Strata's one. I see on the side of the can. Strata and Citra are two of them.
Okay. So not the Eldorado, but okay. But this is up there. This isn't as good as Banshee, but this is a great beer, and I think if I'm trying to keep track of my list for the year, because we will do a halfway point, and this is up there. Just all around good stuff.
And then you got to keep repeating it too. So you can
remember,
know.
yeah.
Yeah, Mosaic, Strata, that's all I see. I thought I was hoping for more, but oh well, never mind.
Okay, so they use the Strata instead of the Eldorado.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. Strata, Citric, and Mosaic.
Okay.
Yeah. On the Banshee.
Because you got to have the Citra and Mosaic. That's the hazy hops, and then you play with another one. Nice. But yeah, yesterday night, Solemn Oath is celebrating a 10-year anniversary.
Right on.
And then I was talking to Hobbs. Did you see this?
I saw a little bit of the chat. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we might get to hang out with those guys again.
Yeah. So doing an in-person episode with them.
Nice.
Maybe over at Still Life.
Okay. Yeah, I think last time we had Hobbs on, it was virtual. So this will be way better.
During COVID, how are you guys doing this? What are your thoughts?
Yeah.
Is your brewery going to die?
It's kind of a cookie cutter. Well, we're checking in with everybody, but it's the same kind of concern since we don't see them.
Right.
Now it can be a little freer. We can go historical. We can go what's on now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when are we brewing the Chicago Beer Pass beer.
I'm saying, then we can stay in the city.
Yeah.
Instead of the beer's gonna be ready Saturday. You see that?
I saw that, yeah. Our black IPA from Emmett's.
Should we go out there?
I think that's kind of what he was saying, right?
Yeah, I guess we kind of should go.
I guess so.
Yeah,
We got to interview him and drink our beer.
that's true. But yeah, I like Solemn Oath. Always a nice little 1-2 step when you're in Logan to go over there to Still Life. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of that, so that was one of my stops this past week. I went to Middlebrow for some pizza and a beer there, which we tried to go to, which we've joked about on many episodes, that they were closed.
We always end up at like Parsons or somewhere else.
Yeah.
Or just out of the area completely.
So it was last Friday, and I went over there, and they were open. They were able to squeeze us in. It's way smaller than never being in there. It's small.
Oh, this is your first time inside?
Yeah.
It's the most unassuming brewery, I think, around, right? Mm-hmm. It very much happens to be a brewery.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there's huge, like, foeder, like, giant barrel that's in the, like, middle of the room, basically.
Yeah. Then they got this bread.
Yeah.
They got their own za. I think they're doing wine. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, the pizza was pretty good.
Pizza looked great on Good Picks.
It looks better than it is.
Okay.
It was good. It's good.
It's fine.
It's not gonna win any like best pizza awards or anything.
Yeah.
The bread was great. I don't know if I like the bread more because it was like fresh and hot. Like, did it taste good? Probably, but it was also like piping hot, and you're like, oh, that's what you want from bread.
I'll never be amazed at how thrilled we are about things like bread and salad on this show. It comes up, and it's funny because those things are good. Those things we always reference, the bread and the salad from those two places. But I don't know. It's just funny. It's funny to say. You got to get this bread.
Yeah, it was good. And then I think I had a Kolsch and Maeve had, I forget what she had, and they were good. What I didn't like, and I don't think I'll go back to Middlebrow again, is they do the thing where you're gonna give tip, but they also have a healthcare surcharge of 7% extra onto their bill.
Oh,
Is
this a place that like abolished tips or something?
I don't think they abolished tips. I still tip.
Okay.
They're just also doing that. So then I
that-
tip less, right?
I mean,
Like-
you would think. You know, I gotta be honest with you, man. Like, I kind of wish that people would just say, "Hey, I went to a place like this," or like the price. Just so you know, the price of your food includes tip.
Right. I think Twisted Hippo was like that.
Just do that.
Yeah.
Then I don't have to worry about it.
Right. And so this okay, fine. We have tips. We can get rid of that someday. But then also to add like another tax to me, I don't mind if the beers cost $1 more. I feel like I'm paying for your health care that your employer should pay for. I don't charge someone else 7% for my work I do for someone. I just raise the price. So just raise your price and don't make me feel like I'm paying for your health care because your employer doesn't want to pay for it.
You would rather not know.
I'd rather not know.
That's fair.
Because everyone's always paying for everyone's health care because it's through the business, so prices are up.
Yeah.
Don't put it on here. It makes me tip you less because there's another charge that's like, oh, all right, you're getting 7%. Cool, I'll give you less.
It could be. I mean, maybe that's. I don't know. What am I trying to say? Maybe that's a point of pride for some of their, regulars to know that that's happening. But I don't know. As someone who might go twice a year, I'm like you. If I go to a bar downtown, the prices are going to be $9 a pour, or maybe $10 a pour, or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, just make it $9-10, and I don't care where it went. I don't need to know. They're doing that I'm assuming they're doing that for people that frequent the joint.
I guess it was weird
don't know.
because I know Bishi did this, and that was one reason I haven't been back there. Is
Brad's like, your oversharing of what this money goes to is slightly offensive, and I will.
hey,
I
person
will note this.
person that owns the restaurant, pay for your health insurance. Why?
Yeah.
What happens if it's super slow? During COVID, did your employees not have health care because there was no one to cover that?
It's an interesting decision for sure, and it's something you remember that takes the focus off of the beer and the food and the wine.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So it made me be like, all right, well, I'll probably go to Parsons next time I'm over there.
Get that Negroni slushy.
And it's nothing to slight against what Middlebrow is doing. The beers are fine, and the pizza and food was good. So, yeah. But I went, so I'm done. I don't have to go again.
Oh man!
But this is sort of how
crowd.
this is kind of how I felt about Middlebrow beer in general. Like, I've had it before. That's cool. I'm good.
Yeah, they're hitting you with the clean, Pilsner, lager, pale ale, right? I think that's what they're going with. That's all I remember having when I was there, and really, like, those were the only options. Maybe hit you with a brown ale,
Yeah.
those sort of things. Just kind of basic, clean neighborhood beer joint.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's all good.
yeah.
But then we went over to Still Life, which I was impressed by this place. This place is bigger than Middlebrow inside.
That's probably true. Middlebrow's got a ton of outdoor space, but if
That's
you're
true.
talking just inside, they're either the same or Still Life's better.
Yeah.
Bigger.
And then I dug Still Life's like almost like 70s vibe in the place.
It almost feels like a den
Yeah.
in Wisconsin or something from another time period
Yeah,
or
you're
something.
just hanging out in someone's basement. They got the pool table.
Yeah.
You're just enjoying beer.
Everybody dresses the part. I like the mustaches, the belt buckles. It was,
Usually they were rocking some good hip hop, and it's just like a good time. Dogs like everywhere in there.
Wish I could bring my dog. My dog doesn't know how to act.
Oh.
He's a fucking jerk, man.
So yeah, I had this yesterday night. Maeve got a double barrel bourbon thing.
Oh, from Still Life?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I had a Hidden Hands beer, which they're not. It's not clear on the menu what's Hidden Hand and what is Solemn Oath.
But through the sleuthing, you kind of discovered that it's a different brewer, kind of alt prop
Yeah,
at Solemn Oath.
but they're not making it like clear, like who's who on the menu.
See, their stances. You don't really need to know all the things.
Right.
We're not oversharing. Yeah.
But I don't know. It was like a good vibe. I could just hang out there. It was nice. Like, I think they partner with Parsons. You get food there. So, I'll just go Still Life and get Parsons.
Okay.
Save it. Don't even need 2 stops.
There you go. Okay.
Unless you want, like, I don't think they could deliver you like a Negroni slushie. Maybe they would.
Those are pretty good.
Or just go get a Negroni slushie, order your food, take it to go to Half-Life.
Exactly.
Still Life.
Drink your slushy while you're waiting your order. Yeah. And then go back to the brewery or the satellite tap room.
But yeah, that place was great. I liked it a lot. So, and I hadn't been over Logan Square, that area, in a while, which is a pain in the ass because it's like a one-way street right now.
Oh, Armitage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like a disaster driving around over there.
Yeah. It was one lane to begin with. Now it's
One lane with construction.
right.
But yeah, still, so it was great that it was Solomon's 10-year anniversary, and we drank that like other beer that wasn't very good. I felt like I
You
had to
bounce back. That's
I
right.
had to give them a proper tasting.
Yeah, I was telling Brad these cups kind of match the style of the cans this week too. Yeah, I like Solemn Oath. And Logan Square and I guess Ravenswood, I would say, probably the most concentrated neighborhoods for breweries, right? So, it's good to explore that. What is it? I guess that's the west end of Logan.
Right.
Because only Pipeworks Pipeworks enough color past that, but other than that, everything else is east of that.
That was my Friday night, and then you were out in the Burbs over the weekend, right?
Yeah, man. Cheers to my guy Stevie. He invited us up to beautiful Round Lake Beach.
Oh yeah, show listener, right?
Yeah.
Watcher, listener.
Round Lake Beach. We had a good time up there. Round Lake Beach, not to be confused with Round Lake.
Okay.
Not to be confused with Round Lake Heights.
Oh, I didn't
These
know
are three.
Round Lake.
These are 3 separate communities. It started at Round Lake, and then the Round Lake founders are like, there's too many people here. And then they started, and then these other municipalities popped up.
Okay.
But yeah, deep Lake County, probably about 50 miles north of here.
Okay.
Yeah, so while I'm up there, doing the birthday thing, that's over. And then we go to Black Lung, another
nice.
crew we've had on the show during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah, our pandemic guest game was hopping. I mean, I felt like every week we had somebody new.
And I think they flew under the radar from people that I think even us doing them, we did them and like we moved on. Like it was sort of like it felt like a lot of like COVID was just like, cool, we did that. All right, next thing to do.
Yeah, I remember on that episode of Black Lung, he was saying that his cousin runs another brewery up north, and
That's right.
that name escapes me because it's pretty far up there.
And he was in his like basement bar when we interviewed him.
Yeah, man, their space is nice, man.
Yeah.
I was really pleasantly surprised. Like it's in a strip mall, but it's got, it looks great. That's all I was saying.
Okay.
Yeah. So I fell in there for a round. I'm trying to think what I got. I think I mistakenly identified 2 of their beers as collabs, but they were really guest drafts. But that's because the menu, the menu didn't really say guest taps. So I just assumed they were collabs. But yeah, Roaring Table's on draft there, and Pollyanna's on draft.
Oh, neat.
And so I need to go back and try Roaring Table beers because I tried those 2 beers thinking they were collabs, and that was just what I wanted.
Oh, well, we're talking to him about maybe going up there for an episode if we want to take the drive, too.
Yeah. I'm down, man. I think, telling these stories, man, of spots like that is, kind of a big deal. And I was just trying to pull up the menu here. But, yeah, they got a Dortmunder export lager on that looks like theirs. They got a Vienna lager on. Tart's Desire, which was a sour ale from Roaring Table. That's what I had. And then I also had the Session Hazy IPA from Pollyanna.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Nice.
Cheers to them, man. Nice little stop when you're way up there.
Right? Yeah. Big. How big was the space?
It's on par with that. There's a band playing, and then there's a barrel age section with open on barrels in there. So it's more long than it is wide.
Okay.
But it's a good amount of space. It's a bar that kind of you walk in and the bar runs all the way to the back where the barrels are.
Oh, cool.
And then it also kind of elbows over to the storefront. So it's just pretty nice size space.
Nice.
It's not huge.
Okay.
But it's a decent size. It doesn't feel snug. It doesn't feel like a tiny joint. Like I feel like it feels like a very comfortable space.
Okay.
Yeah. So a ton of vinyl in there. I think they do vinyl night every week.
Oh, all right. That's right up your alley.
Man, bring a little little GNR. Bring a little Prince, fuck around, bring some Barry White.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah. The food truck name was 15 Lakes,
Okay.
which is funny because when you look on the map, man, there is a ton of these names. I was naming these lakes at Shalon. I'm like, I got to stop because there's like 30 lakes up here.
Okay.
And I'm like, I had no idea there were so many lakes up this way. Like in between the Wisconsin border and north of the city, no kidding. There's got to be like 40 lakes.
Really? I know, like, Minnesota, isn't that like the land of lakes?
Yeah.
So I didn't know the lake game spread that far.
I was surprised, man. So it was cool. Nice to see beer up that way, man.
Yeah. Especially Black Lung, which we haven't had much of their beer in general.
I feel like the time I had it was when we had it, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that's when I had it.
Okay.
So
Nice. Any other stops up that way?
cheers to Opadon. Opadon Spirits. Delilah's had an anniversary whiskey with Opadon.
Okay.
And Opadon Spirits, the Opadon Spirits barrels were at Black Lung. That was like 3 rows high, these
Nice.
Opadon Spirits
Okay.
barrels. So I went to Opadon Spirits since I was already up there. And that's why I was one and done at this place, Black Lung, because I wanted to get to this other joint. Oh, but then I fall up into the spot at Opadon, and it shares a space with a brewery.
Oh, shit. Okay.
They call it a booze hall. Yeah.
Like, because there's 2 of them?
Yeah. So it's like there's 3 businesses. One is a rotating kitchen. Once a month, they swap it out. And then there's a brewery, and there's a distillery. So the name of the brewery is Nightshade and Darks Pandemonium Brewing Company, Brad.
Well, that's cool. This one, never heard of. And, yeah, it stopped in there. I was like, what is this spot?
So by the time you get to, all right, so Roaring, I keep saying Roaring Table. Round Lake Beach is south. And now you go north to get to Waukegan. And by that point, you're 10 miles from Wisconsin, and you're right off the lake.
Okay.
So we're up there pretty far. Yeah, Nightshade and Darks is a, I would dare call it like Twisted Hippo of the North, where they're taking classic styles and then adding that one ingredient to kind of make it interesting and different.
Okay.
Right? It's like that kind of vibe. Nightshade and Dark, I'm like, what's his name about? And they're like, well, it refers to Ray Bradbury, who's a Waukegan native, and then he's like this They call him the Fantastical Voyager. He's like this. He's got like 50 books under his belt. He's considered like one of the greatest authors of all time. And they're like, he's got a statue across the street. And that caught my eye. I'm like, I don't have a fucking statue. And then this guy, you look across the street, and there's a library, and there's a statue of him on a rocket holding a book.
Oh, okay. Okay.
This is like just really kind of nerdy literary themed brewery, and all the beers are references to things that I guess Raid was about.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So the one beer I had was a smoked porter with vanilla is what I had. Yeah. And that was called Sparks on the Rain Spouts. Yeah. But just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, hazy fruit punch double IPA, imperial red ale with Earl Grey tea and plum, a blood orange rosemary pale ale, right? You get an idea with the ingredient thing, right? But you know, I have been drinking all day at that point, so I was wanting to.
Okay.
That's me. I'm old. What do you want me to do?
All right. Nice. Man, that's quite an adventure all the way up there. I'm surprised you didn't just hop into Wisconsin and load up on New Glarus, too.
We thought about it, but then we started sampling like neat whiskey, and I'm like looking at her, and I'm like, we gotta go home.
Right, because then you get up into Wisconsin, and you're like, well, we could just come down this way and stop at Uncle Mike's.
Yeah. And by that point, you're like, well, we're just gonna get a room. We might as well just get. Where's the nearest? Where's the nearest Red Roof Inn? We're not driving back, man. You know, so it was cool. It's nice to leave the city, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pandemic drove a lot of that, but it's nice to get out. Or if you're already out like we were, it's nice to like learn about some new shit.
Right.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So you went all the way out there over the weekend, and then you kept it fairly local for Tuesday. You're at Sox Park.
Man, fake spring strikes again. It's like 30 today. It was fucking 70. That was Sox home opener. A little tailgating action. Had to go see what the new Vizzy party deck was about, man. Mm-hmm. You know, so there's Vizzy, then there's a Miller Lite landing deck, and then there's the official craft beer of the Chicago White Sox, Brad, Leinenkugel.
Oh, nice, yeah.
This shit is really...
Summer Shanty, right?
This shit's getting on my fucking
Was
nerves.
it Summer Shanty, or is it just Leinenkugel?
Just Leinenkugel in general.
Okay.
Happened to be tailgating with a guy who he offered me an IPA, but then he gave me a Leinie.
Oh.
It was a Leinie lager.
What a bait and switch. That's like...
Third space. I went to a Milwaukee Brewers game and I had a third space.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You want one?" I'm like, "Sure." And by the time he gave it to me, I ended up with this red can, and it was like Leinie's crispy lager. But anyway, I cracked it, and I gotta be honest, it was fine. It was actually pretty good.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
They're fine.
Yeah.
They're fine. I don't know.
Is it official craft beer of the White Sox? You know, I don't know. Not a big fan of that. But.
Yeah, I would put the average Goose beers maybe just a step above Leinie. Like the average Goose lineup is like whatever. Like the IPA, the
Let's be honest. If you remove the Sisters and you remove BCS, and you put the Goose lineup up against Leinenkugel might get 8 out of 10. Only 2 they won't get is Matilda and Sophie. I don't think Leinie's make it.
No.
What do you think? You think what about honkers? If we're counting honkers.
Yeah, see.
Oh, and 312 Shandy. I don't know. I don't think they got Leinie beat.
Is that really
I don't think Leinie's got Goose beat, sorry.
That's really the test we got to do is 312 Shanty versus Leinie Shanty, right?
That really, I can't believe we're having this talk, but that would, yeah.
That's really the versus that we should do.
That's the grudge match right there. Yeah. So
I gotta buy some. I gotta buy some Leinie. I should just get a Leinie mix pack. Fuck it.
what was I gonna say, man?
The official craft beer of the Sox now, so I might as well just go all in, right?
Oh man, I feel weird, man. But in the Vizzy, what is it called? It's called the Vizzy View Bar, the old Rev Social place.
Okay.
You can still get Leinie and Miller Light, of course, but you can still get Pipeworks. You can still get Three Floyds and Bells and 18th Street too.
All right. Did you have a Vizzy?
I did not have a Vizzy.
All right.
It's weird because they just kind of kept everything. Well, all the cool stuff was gone though. Like the life-size bobblehead and a lot of cool sock stuff was gone. It was very stripped down, very subdued.
Okay.
And they just, Vizzy everywhere. And then I went to the Leinie. I should post these pics. I went down to the Leinie Craft Lodge. Look at this.
Okay.
So, yeah. This is the official, I'm showing Brad these pictures of the official
It's
Crap.
weird that's red, right? Because it like makes you think Red Sox,
There is a Red Sox.
right?
So
It
it's kinda
makes
weird.
you think that when you see the color and those words next to each other.
Yeah. But not all is lost, man. Shout out to Pollyanna. Shout out to
Ravinia.
Ravinia is on tap. Bell's Too Hard, a sketchbook. You know, there's still a lot of fun stuff. I took a picture of the cooler. You know, Rev's still there. Half Acre's there. 60 brands. We won't get into it.
Okay.
Yeah, 60 plus brands.
So you went with Ravinia to kick things
I
off?
started with Ravinia.
Okay.
And
They
then
were very excited to see that picture.
Man, and to be honest, man, I didn't really like the craft cave. You know, I'm like, get me out of here. So I just got all these beers at once and then just left. And got like 4 cups. And then I hung out at the Old Goose. The Goose is gone. The train car's still there. And it's
Really?
yeah, now it's just Miller Lite Landing Deck.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but yeah. First place team problems, man. You can't have it all. You can't have an outfield with Goose and Rev, presence heavy, and a first place team. I guess you cannot have it all. So
Okay, I guess. I feel like Goose or Rev, or they should just team up as like a big FU and like open up a brewery next to it.
yeah, like take one of these bars that's just like a block away.
And just be like Chicago brewery.
That would be amazing. Yeah, because those are just regular bars that just south of the just north of the stadium. There was something else I was gonna say about that joint, but it kind of escapes me. But yeah, you can just tailgate and you'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was good.
That was a nice day that Tuesday, because when you were going to the game, I knew that. I rode my bike over to Corridor,
Oh man,
and it was great. Sat outside,
yeah. See, it's a little sidewalk seating.
had their cold IPA.
I forget what that is, right?
It's just a lager,
It's a lager?
that's hopped,
Okay,
I think, or it's a IPA that's brewed like a lager.
something like that, right?
So it's like, but it's like a crisp lager.
We got to get this right because we ruined. I didn't know what not American Craft Beer Week, but last week we talked about the
Illinois craft beer.
No, we talked about like National Beer Day.
Yeah.
But it actually refers to like a law that was passed where you could finally drink beverages that were like less than 4% outside again.
Oh, is that why?
That's why it's National Beer Day.
I
Yeah.
thought it was just
I
like,
thought it was made up.
oh,
Like
fucking, we picked this day.
National,
What you
Beach
can
Cobbler
drink?
Day.
You can drink a non 4% beer outside.
You can drink beers that are less than 4.4. You can drink those outside. Beverages.
Prior, you couldn't, or
Right. Because Prohibition had just ended.
oh,
So Prohibition, I think this was pre-Prohibition. Prohibition
but
ended.
it's just like outside, like on a patio,
Right.
or like you can't, like on the street, you can't.
No, just like outside. Not like New Orleans style outside.
Oh, okay.
Just like outside of a building, like at a patio on street parking.
That's a very confusing. This was a national law.
Yeah, it's called the Cullen Law.
What?
Yeah, I looked it up. I was like, oh shit, we botched what National Beer Day really means. Yeah.
That's the most confusing thing ever. So before,
Before the official prohibition, where it's all legit, there was this other law that passed. Yeah, that said you can drink small things again. Right. And then Prohibition passed and said we don't care what you drink. So the Small Things Act passed first, and then later that year Prohibition passed.
interesting.
Yeah. What is a cold IPA?
It's like the 3-2 law kind of thing.
Right. Yeah.
Huh.
It's a little silly.
Okay, so cold IPA, yeah, it should be IPA that's brewed like a lager.
IPA with lager yeast. Yep.
Yeah.
That was it.
So it tastes like a crisp lager, like a hoppy lager. You could just hop a lager. You could just dry hop a lager and probably get a similar flavor.
Okay.
It was good. It was no like squeeze it or what was the other one?
With the cat.
Yeah, I forget what it was.
They got two.
The
Cosmic something.
Cosmic or even Neon Werewolf from Crushed by Giants. Like those are hits. This one, yeah, it was fine.
Okay.
But I got the burger and the salad. So
I
the two hits.
I hear good things about the salad,
Yeah.
Brad.
So I went with the hits on the food, the salad, the burger with the Detroit pickles. Tasty burger.
Yeah.
Salad's good. Beers, it was a very limited beer menu.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like 4 beers. They had like their IPA, like Wizard Wand.
Oh yeah, I think that's the.
They had,
Is that the Belgian?
I think that's the IPA.
Okay.
They had a Saison, this cold IPA, and then one other one, and that was like it. I was like, what happened here? You guys run out of beer?
That's interesting.
Because there wasn't a hazy on there. It was kind of weird.
They're using they moved all the ingredients over to.
Crushed by Giants?
Yeah.
I guess so. It was kind of strange, but it was a good little hang, sitting outside, bike ride. It was nice.
Because once you get north like that, and then I think what are you on when you're on at Corridor, right? Are you on Southport? You're on Damon, something like that.
Yeah, it's Southport.
You're definitely east of Western.
It's Southport. Yeah.
It's not a ton of options, right? Not for like straight up breweries. You're either going to Dry Hop or you're going to Corridor.
Right, but you could eat at like Sheffield's spot. They have like a restaurant attached that has good beer.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But yeah, that was nice stop. And then I found out that Dry Hop brewed a beer with Burning Bush for Burning Bush 20th, their second anniversary.
Oh, right on.
So that's on at Dry Hop. And so we were told we should go to Dry Hop and get their brunch and try this beer. So,
I haven't been to Dry Hop in forever. Matter of fact, the last time I went to Dry Hop was the Blue Man Group thing.
oh, right.
I looked around the room and everyone's
Blue.
teeth and mouth and tongue are all blue.
Yeah, I went over the summer sometime, but I forget that it exists, and it's just kind of hilarious that they're so different, but yet it's the same. They're the same.
Oh, Crushed by Giants and Dry Hop?
Dry Hop and Corridor, like they're different, but very much the same. Like it's
Yeah, I think Corridor hits some mammoth home runs with like Crush It, and I like their Belgian stuff.
but
too.
they weren't on. So like,
Oh,
what
so
was
if you strip those, then you're
it? Was
basic.
like what?
How-
This is the same.
True. Yeah.
And Dry Hop has a good burger. Corridor has a good burger. I'm drinking an IPA. I could be at either one. All right.
He's not wrong.
Corridor has a salad. Yeah, so. You haven't had it, have you?
No, I haven't had a salad. I hear good things about this salad. Oh man, this show, man, I swear.
You're restraining yourself. You don't want to open another yesterday night.
I'm ready. It's up to you. You want to share one?
I'll share one.
All right,
Yeah,
cool.
we'll get
This
to
is pretty
it.
good.
Yeah, this is pretty good. But yeah, I think that was our week, and then that collaboration with Burning Bush and Dry Hop. I do want to try it, so I'm tempted to bike over there this weekend and like hit it up just by myself, have the beer and try it out.
Yeah, I'd like to know what that's about too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we just bike down there for brunch over the weekend? Let's go.
Yeah, if the temp is right.
If the temp's right and the Cubs aren't playing.
If it's under 50 though, I don't know. I think I'm out.
Because we don't want to go down there if the Cubs are playing.
I'd be a good people watching though. Saturday is supposed to be 69. Next Saturday.
Oh, damn.
69.
That's next Saturday.
Oh, I fuck around and be gone.
Right.
It'll be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see how that plays out. What else is happening? There is Beer Fest Northwest Beer Fest on April 30th. 2 sessions, $35. I think it's called Northwest Side. It's not too far from where we are in Irving Park right now. And, it's got a whole bunch of breweries, Alarmist, Burning Bush, Casa Humilde is there. Like, just a nice lineup.
Right on.
That looked like a good time. So Saturday, April 30th, 2 sessions.
Okay. I think that's all I saw, man. That's all we saw, right?
Did you have... Shit, we were just talking about something else. Oh, Phase 3s.
Oh, that's right, man. Cheers to Phase 3, man. They're celebrating their 3rd anniversary, April 18th through April 24th.
Okay.
So, and then also I saw that, I'm glad you brought that up. I saw that at, in the city, one of their favorite outposts is the spot in Roscoe Village, Village Tap.
Oh yeah, that's a good spot.
Yeah, I like Village Tap. They're gonna have a ton of Phase 3 stuff on to celebrate.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that makes it easier to go to.
Yeah. Lake Zurich, Illinois. Hello. So, cheers to them.
One of the lake places.
One of the lakes. I bet you there's a lake in Lake Zurich.
I would think so. Yeah.
You know, there's a Grays Lake. There's a lake there. Man, there's so many
Crystal
lakes.
Lake,
Crystal Lake. Fox Lake.
Fox River. Is there a Fox River Lake?
There's a Fox Lake's the biggest lake of all these little chain of lakes. That's the biggest one is Fox Lake.
Okay.
When you're bored, pull up a map of the North Shore and look at all these goddamn lakes. Oh man, it's hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. So Phase 3, 3-year anniversary. We talk about anniversaries of places, and we're always like, oh my gosh, they're this year old. Phase 3, I feel like I'm like, they're only 3?
Feels older.
Yeah. I'm like,
I
they're
agree.
5. I would say 5.
Easy. Yeah.
Tell me they started 1 year before the pandemic?
Right.
That's crazy. to me.
Right. The phenomenon for his beers started when he was at Ram Schaumburg. And it was kind of the same style beers, just really well executed fruit sours and pastry stouts. Just like really well done. Ram Schaumburg, you show up to bottle shares, people would be bringing you this weird growler shaped like a genie bottle from Ram Schaumburg and saying you have to go. People taking like pace buses and shit to get to Schaumburg to try these beers. The same frenzy follows him to Moore, where he puts Moore on the map. They win FOBAP 6 months into Moore being open. Really fucking nuts. And then he falls out with ownership, starts his own thing, and the train just keeps on rolling for this guy. It's really impressive. They said Microphone tried to hire him because they did a collab with Microphone.
Okay.
Microphone tried to hire him, but he rather do his own thing. But yeah, in modern beer history, like the last 5 years, we haven't really seen anything quite like this guy who does this over and over. Then it's 3 different spots now. Just have like this cult following. It's something. It's something to see.
Yeah. So. Damn. That's cool. Man, well, congrats to Phase 3. I feel like that's interviewing him is probably one of the like hits we need to do at some point.
I think that'd be good. Yeah, I've only heard one interview with him.
Okay.
So,
but neither one of us are like, I don't know, have like an in to him at all.
We'd have to see him at Bug, and
introduce ourselves that way.
And take it from there.
Yeah, but yeah, on the next episode, I feel like these interviews, I kind of want to do more of them, and especially as everything is back open, and hopefully COVID doesn't kill us all in another wave.
We don't need that, bro. We do not need that.
We gotta get these interviews done. We got Dan from Around the Bend.
Yeah.
We got Goose Island Clybourne coming up. We've got Solemn Oath on the deck.
Yep.
Who else we got? I feel like we gotta get back to Alarmist now that their brewer left, and the guy who was he worked at Haymarket and is now their head brewer.
Oh, with the really cool beard.
Yeah, I feel like we got to get back over there. Where else? Where else we got to go?
That's a good start.
Who do we need to talk to?
I think the Phase 3 thing is a great idea.
Okay.
That's somebody who's a story I'm kind of interested in. The backstory, really. I'm kind of interested in his backstory.
Yeah. Oh, Black Lung.
Oh, yeah. We talked about Black Lung, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think we just got to... That one is... It can happen. It just requires us going.
Let's go on a vinyl night.
Oh, vinyl night. Okay.
Let's go on a vinyl night. Yeah.
What day is vinyl night?
Let's figure that out. I have no idea.
But we got to get there before vinyl night.
So we
record.
can participate. Yeah. Fuck around and leave the crib at like noon. Maybe like 2.
Okay. Yeah. 2 the day before. So, because...
It's a 3-day trip. No, we're not taking a carriage and horse, man.
We're biking. We're going to bike all the way there. 3 days. Hit all the breweries on the way.
Got this stagecoach. We'll be there Sunday.
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it. Any plans for the upcoming week? Any spots you're thinking of hitting up? You going up another far north suburb? Or you gonna go down south?
There's somewhere where we're looking at spots. So we're gonna end up somewhere because we're looking for spots. So
okay.
Yeah, I feel like a remote location is probably going to happen again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to hear about a new brewery from Nick on Instagram, so check that out.
Fucking Zipcar is getting too much of my money, man. I got to buy a car.
I
Every weekend I move
No,
a fucking Zipcar.
insurance and gas, you'll probably pay more.
Yeah.
Just keep doing the Zipcar thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, that's going to do it for this episode. Get over to Solemn Oath, get some Yesterday Night. Try that, celebrate their 10-year anniversary. But Nick, where can people find you when we're not here?
Hey, man, I'm on Twitter at Nicosio.
And I'm on Twitter at BRAD, Chicago Beer Pass, Twitter, Instagram, and the website, chicagobeerpass.com. Episodes get posted there. And we'll be back on the next episode with Dan from Around the Bend. Take care.
Cheers.